Hello, I'm going to start with that. I want to spend some time with you guys and just share a little bit about me, about myself, and about what God has done in my life. My name is Vitaliy. I grew up in a Christian home. Both my parents are from Christian families. I walked with God when I was very young, but the older I got, the more I started thinking for myself, the more I decided that, hey, maybe God wasn't everything. Maybe there was something better out there. Maybe I could have fun and enjoy life and be who I am without the hurt, without thinking that somebody was judging me. So at the age of 18, I moved out of my house. I moved away from my family. I moved across country. My family's originally from North Carolina. I moved to Montana. I felt free. The moment I moved there, I thought my life had changed forever. I had a chance to do whatever I want, whenever I wanted. No barriers, nobody could stop me. The moment I got there, I started working construction, I started roofing, and my life seemed to start. I had so much fun at first. I started hanging out with different people, different friends. Anything I felt like I wanted to do, I could do it. At that moment, though, I started feeling very empty, and I wasn't sure what to do next. So the more I started hanging out, I started drinking. The more drinking didn't help, I started smoking marijuana. The more smoking marijuana didn't help, I started turning to girls and just started dating and just started having sex with women just to feel like I was something. My life started just falling downhill. I don't know how to describe it. I felt dead and empty, like everything I had ever wanted was nothing, just gone. It wasn't worth the smallest bit. I would wake up in the morning, work all day, party at night, go to bed, and my life went on like this for 2 years. I couldn't handle myself. My parents had told me about Christ when I was little, and I prayed a small prayer. I was like, God, if you can completely change my life, I would serve you forever. I didn't know what to do. I was looking for love, and the people I hung out with, that's who I found my love from, and they could make me do anything without even trying. I started fighting, I started hanging out with people that I never in my life expected to see. My life went from love of a family and love of a church to hating even the people closest to me. I couldn't stand them. I would think about them all day of hanging out with them, and I would hate it, but as soon as that moment came where they asked if we wanted to do anything, all I could do was agree. I felt like a slave. I felt like a slave to my own desires. I felt like a slave to any thought that would come my way. I couldn't move, it felt like. I wanted so bad to go back home, but I couldn't step out and do it. It was the hardest thing I could have ever done. So one night, my friend and I are driving. We had been drinking all night, and we get in a car accident. I rolled my car a few times, and that moment just kind of opened my eyes. God was like, you asked for it. You asked to be taken out of here. I'm going to do everything it takes. So he took my car from me. He started changing my life to the point where I couldn't work anymore. I had pain in my body, I had pain in my knees, I had pain in my back, and I would not want to go to work. I would wake up and just dread it, but I had to do it to provide for myself. I was living alone, and it got to the point where I couldn't. It got to the point where I would have to stop working just so my body could rest because of the pain. So little by little, it got to the point where I had to leave. It was either leave or I was going to spend the rest of my life there and die. That car accident, it provided enough money for me. After I sold my car, it provided enough money for me, just enough money so that I could buy a plane ticket and get back home. After I got back home, I started coming to a church called Chosen Generation Church. One of the first days that I got there, my work was very hard on my body, and I would not be able to lift my hands above my head for a maximum of about 2 minutes. That was it. I had like tension in my neck. I could not move my arms. My arms would just go numb and just fall back down. That first day that I got there, God touched me. God healed my shoulders, my neck, and I can do everything I couldn't do before. That was just the start. After that, I came home one day and I had been learning about the supernatural power of God and how God could heal any infirmity in an instant. I was sitting in my room, and because of my work, my knees and my back had constant pain in them. I could not sit down in a comfortable chair. I could not walk. If I would run, my knees would hurt. If I would walk, if I would sit down and place my knee just a little bit off angle, it would start to hurt. So I was sitting in my room and I said, God, if you're real, you healed me through other people, but you promised Christ living in me, and I want Christ to change me. So I just put my hand on my back and I said, in the name of Jesus, be healed. That moment, a warmth came out of my hand and completely took any pain away from my back forever. After that happened, I put both my hands on my knees and I said, in the name of Jesus, pain be gone. Pain left my knees forever. That was just the beginning. After that, God can heal your body in an instant. God can do the same with your soul. After that, I would be walking to church and I was looking for something. The people were very loving, but my soul felt like it was hurt. My heart felt hurt because for years I had been giving to other people and I felt like I had got nothing back from them. I felt like I had been serving God my whole life after that point, and like as if God didn't love me. I felt rejected, I felt beaten, I felt broken. It took the smallest thing for me to just turn around and just to doubt myself. But God promises full conviction. God promises that He will take everything away. And as life went on, it got to a moment where I came in front of God. It was at a conference, and I came in front of God. I sat down, and this man, I was trying to worship, and this man came up behind me and just started praying for me. And just, God showed me my heart, how certain places that I hadn't surrendered to Him, a certain place that I hadn't given fully to Him. And in that moment, I remember the words, the man said, receive the love of God. And as soon as he said that, I just broke free. Everything was gone. I moved everything out. I decided I'm going to give my life fully to Jesus. It's not the miracle of my body being healed. That's not what makes Jesus my king. What makes Jesus my king is He can take everything. He can see me completely. He can take me fully. And He can fix everything. Thank you so much.